Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on the makeup that I wore basically every day on the holiday, and it was very time consuming, very intense, very a lot, but I wanted to do that. I know some people would look at me and be like, what the hell, why is your face fully done? And you know, all my pores opened and I got very spotty at the end, which you'll see in the next clips. But it was worth it. I was constantly filming, constantly taking pictures, everything. I wanted to look my best for my first time, and I would happily do this again every time that I go because I just felt a lot more confident in myself. I don't want to be too up myself or whatever, or really confident, but I like the way that I look with this much makeup on, and yeah, I thought I looked okay in my pictures and videos, so that's why I went crazy for it. So I did use a lot of makeup, as you can see, and yeah, if you'd like to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so after I moisturised my face in the morning, I would set my face. Now, this is a bit extreme and I do go a little bit crazy, but I use 2 setting sprays, 2 eyeshadow primers and a face primer to basically get what I want. So the first setting spray I used is the Prep and Prime Fix Plus by MAC. So I would literally just spritz it all around my face so let that set in. And then to go over the top of that, I would use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray as well. When I was in the parks as well, I did have a really tiny little Urban Decay All Nighter spray to take around with me. And I would also use a lip scrub by Lush, this is the bubblegum one, and then put some Vaseline on my lips just to help moisturise them. Moving on to eye primers now, I have 2. The first one I go over with is the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. So I actually ran out of this when I was on holiday, so I literally picked up a new one from Target. So I literally just apply 2 blobs on my eyes from the applicator, and I just rub them all in. The next eye primer that I use as well, just in case, is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Again, I ran out of this, so I picked this one up from Sephora when I was over there. I just wanted to make sure my eyeshadow didn't crease or anything, so I literally put 2 primers on, and you know what? Nothing budged. It was fantastic. Moving on to my face primer, I used a mini version of the Professional Matte Rescue from Benefit. It wasn't my most favourite primer I've ever used, and it did do the job. However, all my oils did come out after a while of being at the park, so that's the only thing. But I wanted to try it and got the little mini version to begin with, and I would use it again, but probably not for those really long park days that I had. And I literally put so much on as well, so I don't know if that's the reason why, obviously, or not, I don't know, but yeah. It smells super good though. I literally put it all over my face. As you can see, I have broken out quite a bit because obviously all this makeup was very intense. I was out in 30+ degrees heat, and obviously I opened all my pores out and everything, so obviously my skin is in really bad condition, but the pictures looked smashing, so it's a win-win in my eyes. I will deal with these spots now. So first, to conceal my under eyes and any blemishes, I've got the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. I love this. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. The first few days I did just use my finger just to apply that way, but in the end I just use like a little concealer brush and literally just go straight in with the brush, and I went underneath my eyes, on top of my eyes, just to add a little base. This is obviously under foundation, and some days I would literally just do my eye makeup and then go over with foundation over the top. Other days I'd go foundation top and then my eyeshadow and stuff. It really did just depend on what mood I was in, or if I was rushing in the morning and stuff. So obviously I'm just going crazy with it because I'm a spotty mess lately. So really enjoyed this product for the holiday as well, and I just used my finger to blend everything in. Okay, I'm going to do the look as if I'm going to put all my foundation on and stuff first. So the foundation that I did use out there was the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Now obviously this is a full coverage foundation, you can make it as light or as heavy as you like. And I basically just went crazy with it. I didn't try to go too thick and stuff, but some days it did. So I took my wet Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, direct, and applied. To conceal my under eyes, I use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. And going in with the corner side of the sponge. And then I take my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. Wow, the majority of the powder has actually come out from the journey back into the lid. And I would take a wet sponge again and just bake underneath my eyes just to set them in place. Some days I would bake my entire face, and other days I didn't really, because I didn't find a sort of difference, if that makes sense. So some days I wouldn't bake, some days I'd bake my whole face, and I couldn't really see the difference, to be honest. For bronzer and contour I tried to do, I took the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. So I'd literally just go in just to try and make out that I've got a tan and underneath my jawline, just to enhance my jawline out a bit. Whether it worked or not, I don't know. For blusher, I took the Gold Rush by Benefit and just literally swirled over, just like that. For my brows, I had 3 products, and the first is the Bravo Conditioning Primer by Benefit, followed by the Gimme Brow by Benefit, just to add a bit more colour, and then I went over and filled in my brows completely with the NYX NYX Eyebrow Gel. So first I just take the Bravo. I then fill in my brows with the Gimme Brow. I have got shade 2, which I found was a bit too gingery for me, so I should have gone for shade 3. But I literally just brush them through, and it adds, this was quite good for the water park. I didn't necessarily draw my brows in too much, I just felt it did enough for me. And then I put a little bit of the NYX Brow Gel on the back of my hand, from product to brush to brow. And this product literally kept my brows on like all holiday, even when I was sweating. The product is waterproof. Okay, I then wipe away or powder in the bake underneath my eyes, and I go back in with my Laura Mercier and just powder over the rest of my face. And every part day as well, I would take a powder with me, because obviously sometimes I was a bit more oily, and I actually picked this product up in Target because I wanted like a cheaper alternative one, and this I think said it was like up to 16 hours matte, and this is a Revlon Colour Stay powder. This is in the shade Translucent, which was really good, and it's got a little mirror there, and it did have a sponge, but it's literally just like fallen out, but I used my brush anyway. The highlighter that I used that was popping in every sun caught picture was the Makeup Revolution Lightening Triple Baked Highlighter, and this is, yeah, the lightening one. Sorry, I can't do it. I still think I'm like jet lagged, I swear. So I took a fan brush, direct, and literally just went crazy with it. Glistening. Doesn't taste very nice. There's a lot of fallout though, like a lot, as you can see, so it was getting everywhere, all over my clothes. It's all over my blanket that I've got now. Whoops. But you can never have too much highlighter. So that is what I used on my cheeks, my inner corners and my brow bones, if I remembered to do it. I took 3 eyeshadow palettes with me as well. The first one was my Morphe 350 palette, and this was mainly used for like if I wanted browns or oranges, because obviously the shade range, so that was obviously those looks. And the other 2 palettes were the Soap Times Makeup Revolution ones. I've got her first one and the Extra Spice palette. Now I took these ones as well because I wanted a couple of pink looks as well, and I find that her first palette has got some really gorgeous pink shades. There was a day I wanted a bit of purple, so again I used that one, but also her Extra Spice palette, again there's loads of pinks and purples which I really enjoyed, so I really liked those. But for today's look and the majority of the looks that I used, I went for the browns from this palette, so these colours in particular. I just went quite neutral and found that they worked best, really. So I'm going in with the white and yellow shade from down here, well, sort of like a beigey shade, for my outer corner transition shade, just to add a bit of blend up top. I'm going in with this shade right here, this brown. I literally use these colours for every day of work as well. They're so handy and just lovely. Obviously just imagine these as like pinks and stuff with the other days. Next I go in with my concealer and a brush which is absolutely disgusting, just to set my eyelid colour as such, not like the blending shade side. So I literally just go direct concealer over lid. I literally can't think of what all the technical names are called for your eyeshadow lid. The bit I'm doing, you can see what I'm concealing over. And I go brush direct to this shade. There was another shade in the other palettes which was so pretty, but this one I just went quite neutral, but I wanted a bit of like glisten on my lid, so I take quite a bit and just literally go over the concealer to set it in. And I feel like if you add like a white eyeshadow underneath and concealer, it really makes your like lid colour pop. However, obviously I haven't done this because this colour literally pops. I then go in with both of these browns mixed together for like a darker outer corner shade. And just to blend the concealer and top shade together. So I literally make it as messy as I can and then clean up after. Story of my life. I then take this really dirty brush, which has been loved this holiday, and just blend all the top together and just add a bit more if I need to. I then have a really small brush for the inner corner highlight, again going in with that highlighter. And underneath my brows. Just add a little bit because this highlighter is really intense, so I don't want to go too crazy with it. The eyeliner that I used is the Maybelline the Master Ink eyeliner, and this was a waterproof version, so obviously this was a bit more intense, wearing it every day, and it was just a bit like, oh, but my eyeliner stayed on, so. So I did actually have false eyelashes on, eyelash extensions basically, and near the end of the holiday they were coming off because obviously I was literally applying so much. I went in the water parks with them as well, and obviously you're not really meant to get them wet. So mainly for my bottom lashes I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is the waterproof version, and just filled in the others where they fell out. However, for this tutorial I don't want to wear a waterproof mascara now because my eyelashes are going to hate me even more. They're literally like all gone pretty much because of the eyelash extensions, so I've just got the normal Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, just the little mini versions, so I will just put that on for the sake of this video. And literally last but not least, I would go back in with both of the setting sprays to set my face in place. I didn't wear any lipstick. I did have a SPF lip balm that I did wear around the park, so my lips didn't get dry or sunburn or anything, and that was just literally like a Malibu vanilla flavoured one, so it was like clear, so that was really nice. But yeah, this is the makeup that I wore. It might have been really extreme for some of you people, but I wanted to look my best. It was my first time. I was vlogging, I was constantly taking pictures and stuff, and literally I just felt so much more confident in my face like this than I did with like just having it as normal, just mascara and eyebrows, and that's it. So yeah, obviously I'm paying for the price now with all the spots and stuff, but if you are very lucky to obviously not receive spots and stuff, then literally, and your skin is clear, go crazy. Don't wear this makeup that I have, or do. It's entirely up to you. I don't really want to tell you what to do or not do, but this is the makeup that I wore, and it was absolutely fine. It was a bit more time consuming every morning, but it lasted me pretty much all day, so I was very happy with that. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because there are my Disney World vlogs that will be coming in October. I don't know what date yet, but I will whip out my trailer soon if it's not out already, and then I can let you know. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on the vlogs, and the little notification bell as well. So yeah, I will see you for a brand new video soon, guys.